I was there at the Lake Forest campus when Rick kind of talked about, expanding the church and growing the church and going to 10 different cities and that opportunity. And God said, in my life that he needs help. And Rick kind of talked about that, right? He said, hey, for those that are here, you're going to need to move out of your comfort zone and kind of move into some of these campuses and help them get going. And we went down to Rancho. We were down there for the pre-opening when there was, ceiling tiles falling out of the roof, and there was, flooring still messed up, and awkward smells that you can't even describe from a place that needed some TLC. And we started down there, and it's been amazing. It's a small campus. It's a wonderful campus, so it's much more intimate feeling. And through that process, my 3 kids and my wife, we all started volunteering. We all started just plugging away wherever we could. And I heard Rick talk many times about tithing and how important it is to, give your first to God. And I was doing that with my time. I was volunteering and I was doing those things. And my wife and I were doing it with lots of things in our lives and whatnot, but I wasn't doing it with tithing. And through a couple, changes in my life, I really felt God calling me to trust him and trust him with what I was doing. And a lot of that had to do with not just my time and not my family and not my Bible devotions, but now this money that I was holding on to. Rick, through a lot of, the teachings from the pulpit and reading God's word and talking about you can't outgive God. And I'm always up for a good challenge. So I said, fine, God, I'm gonna start, even I had debt at the time, I'm gonna start tithing. I'm gonna start giving my 10% back. And sure enough, God started blessing us more and more. And it's hard to describe how he blessed us, but we just ended up at the end of the day having more money, having more time, more energy, more things. It's one of those things of, I think, when you give money to the church, you give money in tithing, that, if I were to use that money on my own to try to do the same thing, I couldn't get anywhere with it. But to see that money now in good hands and see Saddleback using that to spread the good news around the world and getting that sense of, I helped with that. I did part of that. I might not have that fancy car or the things that I wanted. I have something greater. I have this joy in my heart of seeing how that money's been used around the globe and, trusting that God's going to use it to further his will.